So it is 9 o'clock and I will call the meeting of the Codington County Board of Commissioners to order. And let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Waterman, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance today?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Number 2 is call for public comment. So public comment can be submitted in person or by telephone at these numbers 605-882-6248 or 605-882-6297. And I'd remind us to silence our phones, and if we need to call, we can step out into the hallway. Are there any conflict of interest items for any of the commissioners?
No.
So I have none. And I'd entertain a motion number 4 to
So
approve the
moved.
agenda. Motion by Van Dusen,
Second.
second by Johnson. Any comments, changes? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. That motion carries. Okay, and yeah. Okay. And then number 5, action to approve the minutes from
So moved.
motion by
Second.
Johnson, second by Waterman. Any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. That motion carries. With the reports, and Jody's not here today, so Todd, if you could come up for the Veteran Service Officers report.
Morning again, Todd.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Tom.
So the last month, we currently have 170 claims currently open, being worked, 92 completed year to date. Last month, we saw an increase in monthly compensation to veterans and their dependents of $13,398. Year to date would be $45,496. Year to date in retro payments, last month, we had $92,744 in back payments that were brought up to bring the claims current. For the year to date, it's $317,872 in retro payments for veterans and their dependents to bring them up to date. 2 veteran transports in April. Currently, we have 0 scheduled for May as of right now. So we had one cancel this morning. He was going to get a ride from his son. So I said, well, that's great. You guys have some quality time together there. Last week, Jay and I attended a 4-hour block of instruction held by the South Dakota Department of Veterans Affairs. Looks like we'll be changing our software. I don't really have a set date. The software we use, the Vetrospect that we use to input in our claims into the VA system. Sioux Falls really doesn't know when that's going to happen. They have suggested to be one of the last ones to be fielded. So it could be 6 months, it could be 2 years. So they're still working out bugs. So I was on board when they said, let's be towards the end, because usually when they're fielding new computer stuff, it's usually have a lot of hiccups and stuff like that. So one thing that I continue to talk about Honor the Pact Act, since it was a significant law that was passed in August of 22. But during that training we had some people speak from the VA side of things, and it goes back to basically the toxic exposure. I mean, a lot of times you would think that toxic exposure, we're talking Agent Orange, Vietnam timeframe, Vietnam location area, burn pits. You talk Southeast Asia, stuff of that nature. But really, when you look at the meat of that bill, it opens up. So if you had a veteran or a service member that was, maybe they were a lab tech, could have been a fueler, could have been an airplane mechanic. If their job would expose them to toxins due to their time in the service, and they have a medical condition that could be related to that type of toxin, they could be eligible to file a claim and possibly be service connected. So it's not the days of where you kind of tend to think that combat area, I mean, if you have somebody that served 6 years in the South Dakota National Guard and they were a fueler and they handled diesel and JP8 that whole time. And from that standpoint, if they had a medical condition that could be related to that.
Right.
So it's really opens up a lot of possibilities from that standpoint from there. Along with that, they mentioned that the VA has seen a 35% increase in claims this year as opposed to this time last year. So, and I think I've mentioned that before. I would say that we have seen a slower turnaround from that standpoint. Definitely seen some slower issues with the Agent Orange, with the new Honor the Pact Act that opened up Thailand and Laos and Cambodia and Guam and some of these other areas. From that standpoint, they're just reacting, trying to catch up to get back online. So it's going to take a while. Just thought I'd let you know that National Military Appreciation Month is May. Includes Loyalty Day on May 1st, which was yesterday, Military Spouse Appreciation Day on May 12th, Victory in Europe Day on May 8th, Armed Forces Day on May 20th, and Memorial Day on May 29th. May is also Gold Star Awareness Month, providing an opportunity to pay tribute to the families of our fallen heroes. So along with that, I'd like to let you know that he's Navy Charles Lanchin. He just received a bridge in his honor. It's going to be the one over here on by Menards on Willow Creek there. So we're just in the process of working with that. So I believe there was 12 that were selected, and I think that Kelloland said they had 70 applicants this year. So it's grown quite a bit from that standpoint. So yeah, that's we've gotten one in the last 3 years. So that's awesome for those veterans.
Do we know when that dedication is going to be?
We don't. We're just kind of working out the details. I just talked to the POC for that from that standpoint. So yeah. American Legion is working on the Memorial Day plans for the 29th. The American Legion Riders are going to be having an event on Armed Forces Day on the 20th of May out at Travs Outfitters out there on 212. Also, Ashley Alvarado, she works with the Department of Labor, trying to help veterans that are looking for jobs or need assistance looking for jobs. She's going to be hosting a coffee with veterans on the 23rd at Gather Coffee Shop here from 10 to 11. She's invited Jay and I to attend. We will be. Some of the other counties, they do a monthly coffee with the veterans out of the VSO offices. I'm kind of curious to see from that how well it's received and if it's something that maybe we would want to continue on with.
23rd of May, what time?
23rd of May, 10 to 11 o'clock at Gather Coffee Shop. Coffee with the veterans. Other than that, unless there's any questions of me.
Just on all your, so the back pay or the claims from in arrears, is that the first time you reported this? It's unimpressive. The numbers seem pretty striking.
No,
So
we've done it before.
I have done it. Last month, it was, I suppose. So you have I've been reporting two numbers. I report the new monthly amounts that a veteran, after we file a claim.
Okay.
And then the other one is the retro payment. That's the one that, if they started the claim back in August and it just got approved in April, the VA will do that retro payment all the way back to August. So that's the other number that I bring forward.
Okay. I just think it'd be good on the graph.
You want to, now I'm going to have a slide deck. Okay.
So make it cool looking.
Is there a need for
Are you an officer, ex-officer, sir?
Yeah. Sorry.
is there a need for a public forum for veterans as far as whether Honor the Pact or any other? We had one a few years ago and it was very well attended. There were a lot of people there, but that was before you came. And I know you picked up a lot of the slack and maybe there isn't a need for one anymore. And people, I tell you what, Todd is well known in the community for his excellence in serving the veterans. He's done a wonderful, wonderful job and he needs to be recognized for that. But I don't know, is there some that we're missing? So if we had a forum or something that we might catch some?
Well, you know, I think I talked about that last month and I was trying to figure out a time. I do think that it would be a possible, I just didn't know if we wanted to do it on a Saturday. Do we do it at an evening? I mean, at any given time, you know, I try to put stuff out in the newsletters for the VVA, the VFW, or anybody from that standpoint. I meet with the commanders. I'll meet with the commanders tonight. They all know that, hey, all you got to do is ask me. I'll come and speak at any given time. And Jay, you know, so I mean, we can do that, but I mean, I have an intention to do it. I just, again, I got enough stuff going on. It just kind of keeps
Busy.
I kicked the can down the road. That's my fault on that, but
Well, I don't know. I really, you know, earlier, after we had that one a few years ago, then someone I know approached me to see if we could have another one, you know, but that, since you arrived on the scene, I haven't really had any requests, you know, for anything like that. So you must be covering it or taking care of it, which is good.
and you know, we speak on the radio. I
Yeah.
try to speak on the radio from that standpoint. And again, we do get a lot of walk-ins and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like I said, it is my intent, but I just haven't
Sure.
gotten it accomplished.
Yeah, your plate is full.
Yep.
Good report.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Todd.
Okay. Number 7 on the agenda, action to accept a quote for lavatory and toilet replacements for the detention center. Steve, were you gonna give us the lowdown on that one?
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Okay, so, okay, sorry. Yeah.
Approved.
Actually, no pun. No pun.
Gotta have toilets.
Is this gonna be a clean sweep?
I don't know,
Oh, my.
is it?
Oh,
I mean, like it is last week, the sheriff and Matt brought this across to you last week and so that this was coming across and asked me if I would just come here and represent this project and so that. It is $47,475 for installation price and $2,000 for estimated freight of the packages of the
Okay, sir.
pellets.
A motion to approve.
so move.
Motion by Johnson,
Second.
second by Van Dusen. Just to, so how many actual units? is-
Yes.
Seven of the
Seven.
toilets
Seven.
and
Nine.
9 of the
8
lavatories. Yep.
And he did mention this is a budgeted item.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a question on this, and it's not about this, it's a total figure. If you take 47,475 and you add 2,000, that's 49,475. And it says not including the fuel charge. Are we gonna be bumping up against that maximum that we're allowed to spend? Or is this covered by the bidding process and?
Yeah,
No,
it's gonna be close.
50,000, right? Is that the?
Yeah.
50,000.
And we got,
Good question.
This is
Good question.
something we need to do, but what is the fuel surcharge going to be? It shouldn't
Yeah.
be 25% of 2,000, but
Yeah, that I cannot
if it
tell you.
does, then we're over the limit.
Right.
That's a good point. Yeah,
Well,
I'm looking at this.
All we can do is okay it. And if we get up close to the 50,000, we'll just tell them that we can't pay it.
Okay, yeah, okay.
No, and right, and
Because we only approved the 49.
they've always done a
We have to
great job.
prove what's
for
on
us and
paper,
things
right?
like that.
We have to prove what's on paper and that would be 49,000.
Yeah, that's what we're- that's what
75.
Right.
So,
That's what it says.
yes, we have a motion in a second.
Yeah, so the total that we're talking about here on this motion is, it's just like Commissioner Van Dusen said, $49,475. So any other questions, discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Please say no. Okay, the motion carries. Number 8, action to accept a quote for a Kubota UTV side by side for the weed department. Steve, take it away.
Yes, this year is the way I budgeted this and so for this year to actually to replace the one I have currently. That one there, what I currently would have would go out to the park for the summertime use. And then from there, it would come here to use for pushing snow and blading so that I can then keep the sprayer in the Kubota all the time at the weed shed and don't have to pull it out, but I kind of was looking at it like, wow. The other one's already 2014. I couldn't believe it's been that
I know.
many years ago that I picked that up. It's been very well used and very grateful. So gets used quite a bit here too.
Sir,
I wish I could buy one
For
of this
motion?
price.
Yeah.
Okay.
is there a motion on this? one?
Yeah.
Second,
Okay, motion by you? Okay, so motion by Waterman, second by Johnson. Did I get that right? Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, and it is a budgeted item.
Yep, budget item, just to state and so bad, I don't think the stated price was $23,840.94.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions or discussion?
Steve, do you know how much time is on our other one? How many hours? You said they do get used quite. a
They
bit,
get,
don't
it got used quite a bit. It seems to me it like had 800 hours on it before it came here over the winter, but it had a lot of hours put on over the winter time.
Yeah.
They're just picking it up today, and so we had to take it out and get sprayer
Okay.
equipment put on, so.
now, it just says final pricing will be based upon pricing at the time.
Right, because pretty well, I don't think it fluctuates much, but this is what, this is on the source well.
Right.
Bids and so that, so
Do we have to modify our motion?
to reflect,
Yeah,
I don't think so,
that was my.
but that's up to
question,
you.
As long
know,
as, I mean,
That's
as
the
long
board.
as long as the money is,
'cause we're-
Yeah,
the-
I mean,
The motion was made
Yeah.
based on the 27,553,
yeah,
right?
and I budgeted for 25,000 for this unit, so that on the budget for this year, so.
Okay,
well, let's clarify, so
Did you mention Myron 27,553? That's what you,
23, what's that?
but it's the
23,
Sourcewell discount on there with our total
Yeah.
price.
Yeah.
23,
Right.
40.
yeah,
That's what the motion is.
that's what the motion is.
Motion is
correct?
for 28,
$23,840.94.
Correct?
yep.
Okay. So that's what we were all, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. All right. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We'll say no. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Curious. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks.
Okay. Item number 9, action to accept a quote for computers for the Register of Deeds office.
Good morning,
Good
everybody.
morning. Lynn.
Asking to replace, I did have to replace my computer just recently because hard drive was not good at it anymore. And I kind of have us on a rotation every 5 to 6 years to replace computers. So that's basically what I'm doing here, and it is a budgeted item.
Mhm.
So is there a motion?
So moved.
A motion by Van Duzen,
I'll second that,
second by Johnson. So the total number, we're talking we're talking numbers here is,
5430.
$5,430.
Yep.
okay.
All right.
So any questions, any discussion? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Hi.
Aye. We'll say no. No
Thank
motion
you.
carries. Thank you.
Thanks, Andy.
Okay, number 10, action to approve a resolution discharging county liens for deceased clients. I'm
Oh.
sorry, deceased clients.
Right. So previously, the last time this was done was March of 2021. So we've been going through all the county liens, and this is a list now of the individuals who have been deceased since that time, which the total amount comes to 148,791.48. So just looking for a motion in a second to release those, discharge those county liens of the deceased individuals.
Give me the amount again, I'm sorry.
148,791.48.
So. Okay,
148,791.48 And if anyone, obviously because of HIPAA, I cannot list those individuals, but if any of you commissioners want to see, then you are welcome
do you
to.
know the number of individuals offhand?
No, I do not. but
It's a page full.
It's a page.
lot, Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's so many, okay.
Yes, so this would have been any of the individuals who have passed away since March of 2021.
Okay, so is there a motion and a second?
So moved.
So motion by Van Duzen,
Second,
second by Johnson. Okay, any other questions or discussion?
just for clarification, how do we get a lien anyway? Just so people would ask,
These
that's a
are,
big number.
yeah, county poor liens, it could be court appointed attorney, could be health, any kind of county. These are county poor liens that are put against an individual.
So they're unrecoverable
Yes,
amounts.
these are unrecoverable once they pass away.
And just looking at the list, I mean, it's about 40 people, so that's why the number's kind of large. So, $1,000 for one or a few thousand or,
Just gonna
something.
look here in 2021, the amount was 398,000.
Okay, all right, yeah. So you just say so we do have a collections agency that helps us do this.
Yes.
And so, and they, in general, they've been very helpful, but there's always some that are difficult to recover. So, and then when the person is deceased, becomes impossible. So anyway, any other questions or discussion? So all in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, say no. Okay, that motion carries. Number 11, note payments for nameplate capacity and projection tax for 3 wind energy projects. So this has been a question. So I'm gonna,
Yes.
so
So the total amount that Codington County, and this is, Lee will put that up there. It doesn't just go to Codington County. It goes to all the entities within Codington County, schools, townships, where the wind projects are located. So the amount was 1,182,340.68. And this is from the state of South Dakota. It's the nameplate and production tax. And the 3 wind, we have another one now. We have Crown Ridge 1, Crown Ridge 2, and Dakota Range 1 and 2. The Dakota Range has not been operational for a full year, so next year we'll get a better idea of a full year from them. But this is pretty much within the same amount that we received the previous year from Crown Ridge 1
So-
and 2.
Just to clarify this, Mr. Chair, if I
Yeah,
can,
please.
the tax that has been generated off the wind energy
Mhm.
is $1,182,340.68. And that money is coming back into Codington County
And it gets dispersed, yes. to
amongst
those
the townships and the
entities.
school.
Yes.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it has on there the county general. So the county, we will get $413,819.24.
Mhm.
And then you can go on down the list, Germantown, Cransburg, Leola, Rawville, Waverly, Watertown School, and Waverly School are the entities that money gets all dispersed amongst according to a calculation. And this will go in their May disbursements now is when that will be.
The other question that I would have is why does Waverly receive so much? Is it because the majority of the towers are in that
Yes.
area? Okay,
Yep, it goes by the number of towers
okay.
in that township.
Yep.
The other factor that, and I'm not positive, but the unfortunate thing, and I don't agree with this, but the monies that the school districts get after, is it 3 or 5 years? Then it's a proportion of it is turned back to the state to be divvied out to the other school districts. I don't agree with that because those wind towers are in those districts and they have to farm around them. They have to look at them. They have to listen to them or whatever they tell us. And yet they have to share the revenues from those wind towers with the other school districts. And I'm not totally in agreement with that process. But that's what happens. Is it 3 or 5 years?
I can't remember.
I'd
They
say it's probably
changed that
fine.
in some legislation, how when they first originally started, and I
I was gonna say that'd be a legislative change.
It is a
Yeah.
legislative. That's what that's
Yeah.
what before, initially, they held it all for forever. But then the school districts, and I know the school districts aren't liking what I'm telling you right now, but it's unfortunate. Some of the school districts had been getting all of the funds and were able to keep it and were budgeting accordingly. And then all of a sudden, boom, the legislator pulled the rug out from under them and kind of left them short changes there for a little while. But I'm not positive. Is it 3 or 5 years?
can
You
check
know,
into that. I'm
nobody
not
knows.
sure either.
But
Yeah.
yeah, the fact, that does make it a little hard.
It does
to
fall
calculate.
off, though. They do not
Yeah.
receive it forever, so.
I'm thinking it's 5 years, but I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, thanks. That's good. So this is but mostly just for
Just
your,
to note it.
yeah, for your
Yep.
information, because we do get questions about this and it's a relatively new source of revenue. So to give folks an idea of what goes on with that revenue. So, yeah, thank you, Madam Auditor, for getting that for us.
Absolutely. We do not have anything for 12, 13, or 14.
Okay, pull up the agenda again.
Personnel change.
So
Personnel.
no, which then brings us
15.
to 15.
And this individual is Jared Getty, part-time correctional officer. in the jail. He is, effective date of employment is 5/1/23. He'll start step 1, grade 35, 2386, and he is a new hire.
So move.
Motion by Johnson.
Second.
Second by Waterman. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. That motion carries. Do we have a travel? Is it a travel request? Yes.
Yep.
There's a travel
And this
request.
is Director of Equalization Office for their SDAAO Annual Assessors School. You see the lodging expenses, meals, registration, and employees comp. Their time can be comp, so. This is an annual appraiser school that they need to attend to keep their certification up.
Okay, so that's for, it's just for the director.
It's the staff.
The
Director and staff.
Staff ends, okay.
Yeah.
So move.
So motion by Johnson. Second by, I think a second by Van Duzen. Okay,
Who's by Van Duzen?
yeah, okay, yeah. And then, so any questions or discussion? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Say no. Okay, public notices number 17. So we have the Lincoln Day dinner this Friday, which is so I think most of us will probably be at that. And then we have a GOP meeting on tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow at lunchtime at Pizza Ranch. So anything else on?
That Lincoln Day dinner, do you know if Brett was updating the bios? I haven't been
Yeah,
asked.
he
I
sent
haven't
me
been
an email
asked.
a while ago.
Never
Sent-
I
got,
better pay
Sent an
attention.
email.
Okay.
I got it that we could upgrade we're supposed to send the information into him to upgrade bios, or if we wanted a
Okay.
picture in the paper or whatever.
That's,
In the-
yeah,
in the-
so it's, we're kind of, okay.
no, I was just curious about
Yeah,
it and I figured
okay.
you'd know. So thank you.
All right. Anything else on the, coming up on the calendar? Okay. Number 18, old business, any old business? And then Commissioner Johnson, I believe you have a matter for new business.
New business, yes, out at the extension center, Jody Lower, and you know, she's I call her the director, 4-H director. I know there's an official title for her mother passed away.
Hmm.
And she's or they have requested because of the death of her mother to close the extension center. That would be on Friday, May 5th, from 9:30 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. Now, a little bit in addition to that is that Luke in the first district office says the director, his office is in that facility as well, and he will be there, so it will be open until he leaves at approximately 11:30, 12 o'clock, about noon, and then he would lock it up. So it actually only be locked up probably from noon till 2.
Well, so just the zoning office, yeah.
Yeah, for the zoning, the zoning. And but he would be there, so somebody would walk in looking for, he could address or help him out, and he said that, and we've touched base with them. Brenda talked to him this morning, and he's aware, but Jody's mom's name is Linda Leonards, and she has been ill for some time, and Jody's been out at the extension center, I think, for 30 years now, something like that. So they all want to, out of respect for her and her mom, close the office for a couple, well, be a little bit more than a couple hours, but
Okay.
so I would make a motion to do that.
Okay, is there a motion by Johnson? Is there a second?
I would second that.
Second by Waterman. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We'll say no. Okay, that motion carries, and we give our condolences to Jody and her family. I'm very sorry for her loss. Okay, any other new business?
I have something that I would like to run by you commissioners. They do this on a yearly basis, and they have a 3rd grade Amazing Race scavenger hunt in May. They do it May 12th.
Which school? I'm sorry, is it with the school?
It's all different schools. So
Okay.
there's St. Martin's, Roosevelt, Lincoln, and McKinley. So May 12th, May 19th, May 22nd, May 23rd. So what they ask, if you can be in, like, use the courthouse, and so I don't know what's coming through security, but I wanted to run it by you. If these third graders can be brought into the courthouse for like a scavenger hunt, or maybe we say it's on the ground somewhere, I guess. Okay. That's what I wanted to run by you,
So it doesn't
Doing.
disrupt the business.
disrupt daily business.
I just need to answer them back, and then it's Christy Lickdy, so I can let her know that if they'd want to do it on the grounds, we're okay with that, but.
I think it's up here on the grounds, and then if the sheriff and the other, I. trust
We
your
can let
guys'
them know
judgment, I trust
that-
The department head's
Yeah.
judgment. and
What about like
sheriff's
the
judgment.
extension building too? That might be an option for them to.
That would be quite a hike. Did they do it just downtown?
Oh,
here?
just
To
downtown,
Different
okay.
businesses downtown.
Okay.
Yep.
It's just
Okay.
kind of. This is
Yeah, that would be
it's kind
quite
of
a hike.
story, But it's also good. It's good for third graders to see where,
Yeah.
county government is too.
They'd have to bust them out there, I guess. So I just wanted to get your blessing. I will let them know that we are okay with them using our grounds outside, and
Okay.
Stay out of the jail rec yard.
Yeah, it's bad.
and I will let I'll put out a mass email to the department heads. And I'll find out what day they plan on, if they'll do it all
Okay.
4 of those, or, yeah, I'll get more details and let everybody,
Thank
give them a heads up. And you
Tell
as
them,
well.
tell them, bring a rake. They can help clean up a little bit.
Scavenge for some leaves. Yeah.
Yeah, pick up
Okay.
some leaves,
Pine needles.
branches.
Any other new business? Okay, anything for the open? Didn't get any phone calls or don't see anybody from the public, so. Any commissioner comments for the open?
Well, if you've heard if you listen to the news this morning, the city council had their meeting last night, and they were talking or referring to a memorandum of understanding. And that's that bridge on 14th, that 14th Street or 14th Avenue?
14th Avenue.
14th Avenue, that
Mhm.
they were signing a memorandum of understanding with the county, and I don't think we've seen that memorandum of understanding yet, have
It's
we?
part of,
I
the-
just go ahead.
it's part of the BIG grant. And so the county is applying for that. And if that grant comes through, I think it would be a 70-30 match. Is that what I heard?
80-20, I think.
Or 80-20?
I haven't read through. I just
Okay.
received the email from Mark Junker to put it on the agenda for
Okay.
next week, and I'll
Okay.
be sending out that contract for you.
And I know he was at the city council meeting last night talking about that. And so they want to widen that bridge a little bit. And that's the partnership between the city and the county. And so we're happy to be a partner with the city on that if the grant comes through. So
Right.
the
So that
county
will-
will absorb most of that, a lot of that cost with the city picking up a little bit. So we appreciate that.
Yep, and I suppose they went to them first because they only meet 2 times a month, so ours will be on for next week.
Anything else for the open? Okay, we do have need for a quick executive session about a litigation issue, so. And any other reasons for executive session? So,
Nope.
Okay, so entertain.
So is there a reason?
Yeah, I said litigate, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have any personnel
It's
stuff,
legal.
so, yeah, so, I entertain a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make a motion.
So motion by Van Dusen. Second by Waterman. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no.
Any action
motion carries.
following?
No, there won't be any action following. I can't think of anything,
Very good.
so let me. Okay,